So Lexie Hull is back. Yes, she is back with the Indiana Fever. And that is one of the more...
The entire Indiana Fever organization is buzzing after stunning film of Lexie Hull's hard training session with Caitlin Clark and Brianna Turner surfaced. The coaching staff couldn't believe what they saw. Everyone is watching the Indiana Fever right now because of Caitlin Clark's historic arrival and their incredible turnaround. But the most recent footage going viral reveals something even the most ardent Fever fans might have missed. Hull's transformation is nothing short of remarkable, displaying skills and confidence that left her coaches speechless. This behind-the-scenes look into the Fever's off-season work reveals exactly why this team is becoming the WNBA's most feared unit. Let's examine what makes this training session so unique in light of Lexie Hull's incredible off-season evolution, which has left the coaching staff completely stunned. The video begins with an instantaneous observation. Lexie Hull's distinctive joy: basketball is a serious sport, particularly when played professionally. Hull has the sincere smile that has come to define her while she works out. This isn't your typical training session. Hull is living her best life and embracing the grind. This is especially striking because of the contrast with her colleagues, Brianna Turner and Caitlin Clark, who exhibit obvious joy while maintaining intense game faces during the workouts. Positive energy is radiated by Hull without compromising intensity. She has consistently been a fan favorite because of this mix. She provides hustle and elite defense, and joy is contagious as she really enjoys every second on the court. After witnessing the practice, one Fever assistant coach remarked, "When your hardest workers are also your happiest players, it elevates the entire program." Before a basketball is used, Hull and her teammates perform dynamic stretches, high knees, and mobility exercises. The coaching staff has put in place a rigorous schedule that places a high priority on injury prevention, particularly during these important off-season training blocks. The session starts with proper warm-ups, no shortcuts. This is professional basketball at its core. When the basketballs are released, Hull's shooting form is completely restored during the off-season. Any hesitation that occasionally hampered her last season is gone, and instead we witness a confident, fluid release that is obviously the product of innumerable repetitions. That's when things start to get interesting. Keith Porter, the developmental coach for the Fever, leads the drill with accurate passes, complete receptions, and remarkably consistent shooting. Her ability to keep flawless form while grinning in between shots is really remarkable. The coach observed that last season there were times when her confidence seemed to falter, but now she's stepping into every shot knowing it's going in the training footage, which shows several specialized drills created to address specific game situations. Her ability to combine enjoyment and focus speaks volumes about her mental approach to the game. The coaches have clearly identified this as Hull's main scoring opportunity for the upcoming season, and what really stands out is the chemistry growing between Hull and Clark, who draws so much defensive attention. Hull works hard on catch and shoot scenarios to prepare for the open looks she'll get playing alongside Clark. Despite having different playing styles and being at different stages of their careers, Turner and Clark run through drills remarkably in unison. Hull's upbeat spirit contrasts with Turner's no-nonsense attitude, but in a single scene, they're a wonderful match. Hull laughs the entire time as he jokingly knocks the ball out of Porter's hands during a drill setup. Instead of her focus appears to be improved by this little period of humor as she instantly gets the pass and drains the shot, fusing enjoyment with outcomes. The workout intensifies with screen action drills that show the Fever's offensive strategy developing, making it the ideal representation of Hull's basketball philosophy. After coming off a down screen set by Clark, Hull catches passes at the elbow and, depending on the defensive read, either drives or shoots. This indicates that the coaches intend to use the Hull in more dynamic offensive sets rather than just placing her in the corner, greatly increasing her role on the team. According to the source, that training video just shows a small portion of how we'll use her versatility this season. The commitment to the basics is clear throughout. Hull consistently uses the appropriate screening method. She protects herself by folding her arms across her chest, which is a minor but important element that stops unlawful screen calls. This focus on specifics demonstrates Hull's dedication to becoming proficient in every facet of the game. As the session goes on, the drills get more difficult, involving complete switches from stationary shooting to movement-based activities. She executes a crossover versus Porter with noticeably better ball handling, creating plenty of room for a seamless finish at the rim. The assistant coach said she's put in the work and it shows she's not just a spot-up shooter and defender anymore. What's especially intriguing is how Hull incorporates elements from basketball legends into her Game 1 sequence, which features her performing an in-and-out dribble move reminiscent of WNBA great Cynthia Cooper. This expanded offensive repertoire addresses what has been considered the most limited aspect of her game that handle is night and day from last season. Keen watchers of the women's game are aware of this detail, which suggests Hull has been watching videos of former stars to improve her current skill set. Throughout the entire session, the coaching staff can be heard giving constant feedback. They are obviously impressed but unsatisfied, pushing Hull to perfect every move so it is game ready. Specifically, the culture that the Fever is creating is defined by this harmony between accountability and encouragement. Turner's participation in these exercises is similarly important since, contrary to early conjecture on her chemistry with Clark based on prior practice film, witnessing her completely focused throughout these rigorous sessions allays such worries. The contrasting styles of these three players show why the Fever are such an intriguing team going into the season. Turner brings a defensive intensity that challenges both Hull and Clark, improving everyone's game in the process. Clark adds transcendent passing vision and limitless range. Turner offers superior interior finishing and defense. The foundation of something noteworthy is Hull's contributions, which include increased shooting, lockdown perimeter defense, and that unmistakable enthusiasm that unites everything. A team official says that the parts are a perfect match and that the tape shows snippets of different offensive formations being built up and entire practices playing out on staggered screens. The Fever intend to operate a more motion-heavy offense that makes the most of the skills of its multifaceted squad since they are quick thinkers and can pass, shoot, or drive. Hull's ability to read a simulated defensive rotation and make the exact right basketball play 3 times in a row, a kick-out pass when the help arrives, a drive when given space, and a pull-up jumper when the defender goes onto the screen, is one particularly telling sequence. This combination of improved technical skills and basketball IQ demonstrates Hull's full development as a player, but what's most impressive is his mental growth. According to a team development coach, the coaching staff's surprise at seeing the full metamorphosis is understandable since, although the physical tools were always there, the game has slowed down for her, and she is absorbing everything at an elite level. Although Hull came into the league primarily as a defensive specialist with little offensive potential, the player in this training video shows 3-level scoring ability, enhanced playmaking, and the same defensive tenacity that got her playing time right away. The way this development addresses the Fever's roster construction, with Clark drawing a lot of defensive attention and having more perimeter threats who can punish defenders for over-assistance, makes it especially significant. Clark's effectiveness is directly increased by Hull's development as a dependable shooting threat. We repeatedly emphasize to everyone that this group is more than just according to Caitlin, a team executive. What you're witnessing with Lexie's growth indicates that we're creating a thorough project here. There are intense finishing workouts at the end of the program. Hull uses his newly discovered ferocity to attack the rim, absorbing contact while maintaining a high conversion rate. Perhaps nothing during the entire practice jumps out more than Hull's constant smile. Even during the most difficult drills, she exudes delight, and this desire to embrace hard play indicates another layer of her extended game. What makes Lexie unique is that she truly enjoys the process of getting better, not just a player completing mandatory exercises. Observed a teammate who is uplifting everyone around her by bringing the same energy to a random Tuesday practice as she does to a playoff game. The coaching staff's surprised response makes perfect sense in this situation, as they are seeing not just small improvements, but a complete transformation. When we drafted her, we immediately saw her defensive potential, which a team scout explained, but this offensive development opens up entirely new possibilities for her role with this team. What's especially impressive is how Hull has improved without sacrificing what initially made her valuable. Her defensive intensity remains elite, and her willingness to perform the unsung tasks of setting solid screens, boxing out larger opponents, and fighting through picks hasn't diminished. Rather, it's improved her game. As the players wrap up their practice, the camaraderie is evident. Clark gives Hull an enthusiastic high five, Turner offers words of encouragement, and the coaching staff exchanges knowing glances that something special is happening with this Indiana Fever team and Lexie. The video ends with the entire team making consecutive three-pointers from various spots on the floor, corner, wing top of the key, and her release looking quicker and more compact than previous seasons, suggesting mechanical refinements that will translate to game situations. People concentrate on the stars, which makes sense given a team source, but guys like Lexie, who consistently get better and play important roles, are the foundation of championship teams. Hull's progress is a major aspect of that story. We are all thrilled about the potential based on what we are now witnessing from her. Although this training session just gives a little preview of the Fever's off-season work, it offers important insight into how this team is getting ready for the higher standards that H's significant improvement will bring. Clark's generational talent and Turner's defensive prowess Indiana is putting the pieces together for long-term success. A front office executive explained that the coaching staff's astonished reaction isn't one of incredulity, but rather of realizing that their vision for H's development is being realized even more quickly than they had anticipated. They saw potential that others missed, and that potential is now blossoming into production, which is why we invest so much in player development. As the Fever gets ready for the upcoming season, this behind-the-scenes clip gives supporters hope that Lexie may develop into this kind of player with the correct coaching and atmosphere. Watching it happen in real life is incredibly satisfying. Going beyond the Caitlin Clark effect alone, Hull's evolution exemplifies the kind of inward growth that elevates competent teams to exceptional ones. There's a reason why everyone was grinning when the gym noticed a team. Source for passionate supporters who are anxious to see their team return to championship contention. What is currently taking place is the start of something great, and Let's Growth is a significant part of that tale. Hull's off-season makeover offers even more cause for celebration as everything starts to come together. The coaching staff of the Indiana Fever has every reason to be startled by the development, which is visible and adds a sense of satisfaction to the process. Together with Caitlin Clark and Brianna Turner, Lexie Hull's incredible metamorphosis suggests that something unique is happening in Indiana. This is the beginning of a possible dinosaur, not just off-season training. To assist more fans learn about this team's amazing evolution, press the like button now and subscribe if you want exclusive access to more behind-the-scenes videos and analysis of the Fever's journey. Which Fever player are you most looking forward to seeing this season?